these dog whistles for the hard R, basically.
Mm.
So you're whenever you're talking about the Epstein files, you seem to not realize that Donald Trump is in multiple pictures with Epstein. He was on this plane. He used his plane in the election.
Mm.
So why are you skipping over these things? I'm curious.
I didn't skip over it. I already told Zeus. I was like, I think they both have ties with Epstein. I think that a lot
Joseph
of people have
Joseph
ties with
Biden has
Epstein. I think
Joseph
that
Biden has
we're going to
absolutely
find out
no.
there's going to be some people we know and there's going to be some people we don't know. Some trust fund baby that had millions of dollars.
Sir, you're doing that thing again. We're having an intellectually honest conversation and speculation and things like that we don't really want to dance with that, right, Dr. Lex?
You know something? If you put
I wasn't dancing, man.
okay, so if you could put Joe Biden with Jeffrey Epstein,
Yeah.
it'd be the equivalent to putting Ronald Reagan with Buck Rogers.
Yeah, it's just bad company now.
We can't do that because you're doing that Democrats, and every time we bring up something about your daddy. I call Trump your daddy because a lot of you refer to him as that. If we talk about your daddy, you can't just blame the Democrats and say Joe Biden. That's not a good answer.
I've got some more questions for you. So, that waste and that spending overseas, do you have any? What part of it are you talking about? Which you're talking about?
The spending overseas? What do you mean?
You said wasteful spending.
Yeah, when I brought up the
Overseas.
budget, remember I told you about the $4 trillion national debt, and you said there's a lot of fraud. That part.
Yeah, there's a lot of wasteful spending going on overseas. A lot of the Hillary Clintons and the Clinton Foundation programs, if you go look at their receipts, none of that money went where it was supposed to go. Just like the ARP claimed to have money for the HBCUs, and when you look up the receipts, you see that money.
Oh, wait! You just messed up right there because I'm a founder of a school at a historic black college. So you're not being truthful with us right now.
I'm not being truthful. So the money
No,
that was
you're not.
promised for the HBCU, I'm gonna ask a specific question. The money that the Harrison Biden Foundation promised the HBCUs, they got put into the ARP bill. Where did that money go?
I don't know. My school
I'll
gave
follow
out,
whatever trend you
Okay.
send me on. I'll go look it up.
The school that I deal with gave out 50 or 75 presidential scholarships. There were multiple programs that went on. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we started a program that takes on kids that cycle out of foster care.
All right, I asked a specific question about the American Rescue Plan, though.
Wait. So all of that money went to the schools and the students. You know something? As a matter of fact, Donald Trump just recently zeroed out the funding for historic black colleges and universities. He tried to do it the first time. He tried to do it the first time whenever you guys get on here and say, well, he gave money to the HBCUs. He zeroed it out the first time he got in office. But Congresswoman Alma Adams in North Carolina went to bat for us and stopped him and made him give. And you know what? The money he gave only equated to $89 per student per year at every single historic black college university in the country. That was nothing. Joe Biden gave billions. So
I'm asking for the receipt. Like, where can I pull on the string and find this information?
You know something. Apparently, you've been looking in certain places and seeking out the wrong information, so you can come up here and profess it to us. So I'm going to tell you now the difference between the money that the Biden administration gave and the Trump administration is way it's far different. So
yeah, because he mixed this up in American Rescue Plan.
No. Keep going.
No, you're not being honest. So Trump's was $289 billion or something like over. He spread it out over 10 years. It was no money. Okay. Now here, as of late, I've had to go and capture these kids that have been kicked. Their scholarships have been stripped, and they've been kicked off of these campuses of these PWI schools because of the executive orders that Trump's signing. These are black kids, mind you. Some kids from the Caribbean, some from Africa. And now I'm having to go and find them and help them move off of campus and get them flights home so they can spend the rest of the semester when they should be in school, getting their admissions waived, getting them in scholarship programs at a school that wants them. And here you are, a black man. You are responsible for that.
Yep.
So you say
I don't want to be part of the DEI and number 5 on the DEI list. I want to be number 1, black excellence.
Okay, so black excellence. See, the thing is, that's the reason you're on that
How old are you?
Me? I'm over 30.
Okay, so that's the reason you're on that picture. You're with that picture with that dot on your head, and you play video games.
Nah,
So,
this picture is
so
just an
I'm,
AI generated photo. It was
yeah.
nothing
So
special.
let me say this to you. Okay, so DEI and DEIA, it's it specifically help white women. It helped handicapped people. See that A on the back was accessibility. You didn't think about that part. What do you just think about your pockets?
Yeah, so accessibility, and then you got competence. I'm thinking about I want the most competent person doing definitely more risky or important high focus jobs. Every
What?
other job is you can have, but if it's something high, it's a surgeon. I want somebody competent being a surgeon. I don't care what color they are. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Should not be your training. When I get on your plane, this shouldn't be your training flight.
What? Uh,
All right, so I looked up the
so
information about the diverting of the funds from the American Rescue Plan, and I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to not give you any points for trying to make that suggestion that the money, the $17 billion that Biden and Harris allocated to HBCUs somehow went missing. I'm going to have to deduct a point. You started out with 100 points, bro, but I'm going to have to deduct it.
So where did
now
you
we're
go?
going to get into the other lies. All right,
You
this is
glazing
easy.
over it though. You're saying you
No,
didn't find where it went.
I
That's what I'm
didn't. So do
saying.
you have the evidence? Because I know President Biden and Kamala Harris, right, Dr. Lex, they gave historic amount of money to HBCUs to the tune of around $17 billion. And a portion of it was included in the American Rescue Plan. And so if there's any money missing, who controls the House, right?
why is it that they always coffee cup whenever you?
Because it's getting real out here in the battlefield, Dr. Lex. They know. And I don't mind letting a Trump supporter dig themselves into a ditch, all right? Because guess what? I can dig it, right? W, Zeus. W, Dr. Lex. It's so easy to debunk them.
Is he coming back or no? I mean,
Oh, he's got to go back. And it's funny, right? Because they got this smartphone. And so there shouldn't be any reason they get in here and not know the answers to these questions.
you know what makes me tired is I mean, why is it mostly the black men?
Goodness gracious, you went there.
What does that make me? You're making me tired. See, the thing is he came on here with this word salad. He's now trying to look something up to try to prove something. I don't know where he's going to draw his sources from. I literally looked at his page before I came up, and all it is Twitch is a video games. He has no intellectual value to the conversation we're having at all whatsoever, other than making things up.
Wow.
And he comes out and says it with chest, and he's a misrepresentation of we as black men.
Right.
And I'm saying this to you.
I got a whole tear down party going. I feel honored.
Yeah, I'm tearing you down, and I'm glad.
It's
glad
actually
you were back.
uplifting. It's uplifting because this is called a strong love, right? You got to love people in a strong way.
Well,
Tough love.
So
my hands were tied. If y'all want my real, true, honest opinion, I really, really wanted Cornel West to be our president.
Oh,
and
man.
I didn't get to choose Cornel West, so I deferred to a MAGA because I definitely wasn't going to support Biden, and I 1,000% wasn't going to support.
Okay, so let me guess.
Excuse myself with that one, but I'll listen in for a little bit longer because I want to hear it a little bit.
No, don't run, champ. Stay right there.
Guess.
We got more for this. We got something for this. We got tools for this.
Let me guess. You didn't want a black woman to be the president of the United
That part. Okay, now you could go. Now you could go because we already diagnosed it. All right, W, Dr. Lex.
I didn't want a drunk to be.
You didn't want what?
I didn't want a drunk to be president. She was drunk on stage half of the campaign.
You know something? This is ridiculous. This is insulting. Actually,
it's insulting.
How do you know?
Footage? There's nothing to lie
how
about
do you know?
this.
How do you know that she was drunk? Were you back there watching her drink?
You can tell. You know what drunk people look like.
So let me ask you a question.
Eyes, slurring of speech.
Let me a question. So if she was drunk, what the hell was Donald Trump on? Because he acted like a baboon that
Trump act like
gunpowder.
a fool regardless. If you're gonna act like Trump,
I mean, he's sundown.
Like he's a good idea. He's a fool. You know that. There's nothing new with that.
He's literally sundowning right in front of us. And you calling her a drunk?
Okay. Now, so I went to my search engine and it says there have been false claims circulating on social media that Biden revoked $250 million in funding that former President Trump pledged to HBCUs. However, these claims have been debunked. The Biden administration has continued to support and invest in HBCUs, ensuring they receive the necessary funding to thrive. So we're going to shut that down. I'm going to say you need to do more research. Now, the thing about Kamala Harris, no, listen, the thing about Vice President Kamala Harris being drunk, Lex, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't she worked in all three branches of government?
Yes.
Isn't it impressive, sir, if she's done such a thing and she's done it while having all that alcohol in her system and she's been successful? What do you have to say about that? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you work in all three branches of the government? And let me ask you this. You know who Pete Hegseth is?
No,
he's an alcoholic.
No, there's no such thing as a functioning alcoholic. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're making excuses. Now you're making excuses.
So he's a functioning alcoholic.
That's my vote. I didn't want to support. If I wanted a black woman as president, I would have voted Candace Owens as president.
Kansas. He said Kansas Owens.
Kansas
That
Owens.
is the type of black woman I want as president.
Okay, so
this brother of mine is
so you want to
Kansas Owens. Kansas Owens.
You wanted to vote for a chocolate covered marshmallow, basically.
That's it.
Candace Owens.
Not Harris. Definitely not Harris.
Hands them quiet, please. Ears open.
Yes. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Okay, Candace Owens. Kansas Owens is the worst, one of the biggest detriments to our art.
When I say that.
Are you done yet?
Oh, sorry. Say Kansas Owens was what?
She's one of the biggest detriments to we as the people.
Detriments? You serious? Well spoken.
Yes. Okay, so well spoken. What else is it? She is one of the absolute most embarrassing and worst people to ever be affiliated with the black community.
She does great investigation.
And you know something? I'm going to tell you this. You are too, because you come on. You know something? You know what decorum is?
Thank you.
Decorum, like how you present yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, decorum. It means whenever people are talking, you stop and you listen. So while I'm talking, don't interject anything until I'm finished. Okay. Now, if I have to say I digress at the end of me finishing the sentences or the paragraphs that I say, then use that as the period on what I'm saying, and then you can interject, please.
Yeah.
Okay,
so decorum up here. I like
so
that.
So literally, you come on here. You got your page full of video games. You're talking about Vice President Harris in a detrimental way. It leads me to believe that you don't like women in positions of power, especially black women. That. Okay, so you bring Candace Owens.
Yes, I like her in a position.
And Candace Owens literally hates herself and hates what color she is. And if she could choose otherwise, she would be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman.
I don't believe so. I don't think she's ever verbally said that.
But see the thing is Candace Owens used Al Sharpton in a case in the early 90s for discrimination. But for some reason, she didn't get what she wanted. She became disenamored with her own color and left and became one of the worst enemies of her own people ever.
No lies detected.
And then you come on.
I'm sorry, you still going.
Okay, so what happened to you? What made you hate yourself? What made you hate us as a people?
Thank you.
What made you go against?
And now we're in DEI territory, okay, and this is sometimes I got to go into DEI territory on the show.
To answer now?
Well, I was you can, but I had to get the audience ready because I sometimes we do crash DEI courses on this show too, and where we're heading is in that direction, brother. And so let's continue. Please answer the question.
All right. So to answer your question. You mentioned the Kansas Owens thing. I don't believe she ever said that she was against black people. I have never heard her verbally say that. That is an assumption because she has a white husband, which, I mean, if you're promoting DEI is the white husband in the black woman's house, too.
Oh, stop right there. I got to stop you. So you believe Kansas Owens is literally the definition of DEI?
No, I said
that's what you just suggested.
You believe in DEI.
She has a white husband.
Also participating in DEI by hiring a white husband.
No. She's married to a white.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You said hiring. I'm talking about their marriage. Their marriage, in your opinion, is a DEI thing.
Their marriage is just like the Prince Harry, I think, and that one is just people getting together.
What does that have to do with DEI? And another thing is, Zeus, you know my granddad
when
used
you talk about marriage as if you talk about marriage as a business,
hey,
He's crashing.
hey.
You gotta slow it down.
So you know my granddaddy always used to say, if you see a raccoon out in the daytime, it's got rabies.
Yeah, there's truth to that. There's definitely truth to that.
And I'm not even going to ask you to work things out with yourself, because it seems like you're absolutely lost. But see, you're lost, and
you asked me a question and didn't let me answer. You said, "What does it have to do?" And then I answered.
Okay. Let's cut to the chase. Is Candace Owens' relationship a DEI thing in your world or not?
Did she hire her husband?
Is Candace Owens with
is that DEI when you see that black woman with the white guy? That's her husband.
A black woman with a white guy.
That's DEI.
If we're looking at marriage as a business, if it's a business and you're hiring your spouses, you hire each other. Is that a DEI situation?
I'm asking you.
I believe that it's very similar.
Okay. So I'm going to say I've learned something from you today. Candace Owens is the living embodiment of DEI. All right, but she's not a Democrat. That's crazy to me. All right,
run with that one. All right, I gotta go though. Go.
Okay, so wait, real quick. I got a couple more questions for you. What is your highest
doctor? You're gonna have to friend request me because you want to talk.
I'm straight. I was just gonna ask you what your highest level of education was.
My highest level of education
with the black excellence,
bachelor's, and I'm aspiring to get higher than that. But
bachelor's in what?
Mm-hmm.
A bachelor's in what?
In science.
A bachelor's
not political science, regular science.
You think that's a satisfactory answer to all of us? Because there's something missing in that. He didn't know that.
The trade schools? What is this?
Oh, okay. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Me and Dr. Lex will take care of that situation you just tried to throw on us. That works to the young and the folks that ain't, that don't know what's really going on. You could say that to them and they would go, "Oh, okay, yeah." But there was a lot of information missing in that answer, and we'll help you out, but I know you gotta run, all right? And I'm gonna
run. You guys have fun today, and play around with that. Like, look at all the other different situations.
You
said you were going into a segment for that, so go ahead and have fun with that.
Yeah, okay. Well, what I'm going to do, and you know what I do, right? When we catch people lying on my show and they support Donald Trump, I got to send them to the lake of fire.
I'll tell you what, I got my buoy. I'll see you later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send this guest right here who's not so handsome and actually ugly because they're possessed with the MAGA demon. Let's send them straight to hell. You just never know.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Zeus, you know something. What happened? What happened to us?
Too much video games.
The thing is if he had, I'm not sure. He said he had a Bachelor of Science, but yet he's on his videos. All have Twitch videos of him playing video games. For him to get on here and absolutely lie to somebody that knows everything that's going on in historic black colleges and universities, and try to push that opinion on us, then he gets on here and uses a obvious a racist trope that Vice President Harris was drunk when she was talking, when Donald Trump was acting like a marmoset that's been drinking espresso.
Thank you. And we know about Dr. Ronnie Jackson.
Yeah, then he goes and hires RFK, who talks and it sounds like Darth Vader in a fan.
Yeah.
And is trying to take all these important medications away from these children.
Yeah.
And all these things are happening. But the thing is, what I find crazy is these people, especially black men, are going out here, and I feel like I'm in a place where we might be in danger, actually. But yet and still, they are on here saying, well, I devoted for him because of something that absolutely isn't true. So what I'm thinking is the majority of these people are felons, or something has happened to them where they have failed in life and they are angry at black women for being the most educated people in the country.
And that's the issue. They got to get therapy, professional help for it, because we can't do that on one live. But I'm glad you diagnosed it, Dr. Lex, because I totally agree. W Dr. Lex in the chat.
I I really want to crash all the way out on him and
Yeah.
say some things to him. But, you know, if you're still in the chat, jump down, turn around, and pick a bell of books.
Yeah. That's what we need you to do, because you're not helping anyone else with this rhetoric
Because
you're doing.
because this is the who was that in the Bond actor? His name was Sean Connery.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, Dr. Lex. All right. We're going to move it to the next guest, brother. All right, man. As
All right,
always,
sounds
I
good.
appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dr. Lex in the chat. No lies detected. We tell the truth and we shame the devil over here, ladies and
I'll
gentlemen.
catch you guys later. I'll be in the listeners.
All righty
I'll
then.
tell you what.
All right, then. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. That's for sure. Put a one in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you want to get up here and defend this snake oil salesman who is hell bent on sending this country into what I call the worst recession that we've ever experienced in our lifetime. All right, seriously, we got a lot of work to do to